Hi Aquarius, welcome to Talk Tarot. This is your full moon manifestation energy reading for the full moon of the 28th of June, which is occurring in the house of Capricorn. We also have Saturn at the closest point it's been to Earth this year and will continue to be at its closest point for the next month. So be feeling those restrictive energies. You are a sign of freedom. Your planet naturally opposes or balances Capricorn, so you may find these energies slightly difficult, slightly tense for you. Before I kick off with your reading, I want to say, when I was thinking of doing your reading, I had a message, very brief message. If you have recently purchased an urn to put in some ashes and you have a cat, could you watch what the cat's doing round about the urn? It seems a bit fascinated with it. Could be an accident there waiting to happen, as if it's going to knock it off. It's either a sideboard or console table, possibly a fireplace. I've seen some type of ledge that there's an urn on that has ashes that are close to your heart, that the cat's going to try and... You know what cats are like, they'll knock things off of anything, they don't understand what they're doing. But just to avoid that situation, keep a wee eye on it, maybe move the urn. Now, moving into your reading. So this first column that you see on the left of the chakra cards is what's blocking your chakras. Looks like Aquarius is in for a blessing this month. Hey. To the right, the first column is the energy that's trying to leave those chakras with this full moon's finality. And the energy of the third row is the energies that are trying to come in for you, Aquarius. See the indecisiveness that was prevalent in your reading last month is still there at that base chakra, affecting how you're expressing your joy and receiving joy, and how you're expressing your life force, your vitality. So you may feel a little drained. Again, I'm going to see this as a third party decision that you're waiting on. Not that you're in a third party relationship. This could be something at work, or you're waiting on a decision from someone else that's involved in the direction you're going to make in your future. The sun card is the energy that's trying to leave, but this is the reverse side of the sun, and in this he's very aware of soldiers looming and swords looming, but he still has that white horse, that innocence, that rightness on his side, but he's seen the storm clouds looming, and we do have justice as the energy that's trying to come in, which is the card of karma. So it looks like we've got an event coming through that feels a bit threatening from the outside. It feels as if you can see this coming on the horizon, that you've turned your back to it or tried to shut it out your mind in some way. But with Saturn being opposing you and being as close as it is to Earth, it's bringing in some karmic influences here. Do see that you're going to be cutting something out of your life. This could possibly do with work, because we do have an awful lot of work cards here, an awful lot of pentacle cards. Some of my Aquarians are trying to choose between a Leo and a Libra, and this decision will make itself by the end of this month. Moving through your sacral chakra, the sacral chakra is the seat of sexual desire. It's the seat of intense passions. It's the seat of what is important to you at the moment. Sorry for being distracted. I can hear a car with some blaring volume out my window and it was distracting me there. So you may have been a little too distracted to enjoy the physical pleasures in life. What is blocking you from that is we've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is the receipt of physical. It's normally the receipt of money coming in. It's an offer of money, it's an offer of promotion. I feel as if rather than this being an offer, you're blocking offers from coming towards you because you're a bit defensive, you're needing to move on from something, you're still focused on the past, because the energy it's trying to leave is the completion energy. It's the world, generally a joyous completion, however it is in the reverse position in this deck, which would indicate that it's less joyous than it otherwise might be. This is something possibly from this year that's coming to an end, or something that's about to come to an end, because it is followed by the energy coming in of the Eight of Cups, which speaks to moving on emotionally from a situation and starting to make progress to manifest this new you, this new path in the real world, to rediscover that joy and bring that offer back, or be able to receive those offers that are coming in with the Ace of Pentacles. It's almost like an unawareness there. Certainly the Sun card underneath would indicate a bit of innocence or ignorance, but a childhood, like naivety, that has maybe got you distracted. You're maybe a bit idealistic and because the offers aren't turning up exactly as you thought they would, that you're finding it difficult to accept them or even see that they're coming. Moving through to your solar plexus chakra, this is the seat of your personal will, your personal power, your intent and how you manifest in the world. This is really your seat of intention if you are into manifesting and consciously using the law of attraction. In your blockage position, we have the Page of Wands, and you can see that beautiful phoenix there. This goes beautifully with the cards that we've already discussed, with the World card and with the Eight of Cups. This is a card of reinventing yourself. This is a card of when you move on, it's this rebirth feeling, but that's been blocked. So you're still holding on to an old way of being, and you're having to work hard at it with that Eight of Pentacles. There's a feeling here of working hard but not working smart. There's a feeling here of making things harder for yourself than they need to be. And we do have the Nine of Swords further up, indicating that you're causing yourself stress, sleeplessness, etc. We also have the Seven of Pentacles further up, suggesting I need to review your working practices. The energy trying to come into your solar plexus chakra is the Seven of Cups. Something that you desire is an illusion, or something that you fall for or think you desire in this lunar cycle is illusory. It's not going to provide you with the fulfillment that you're seeking, and it's not going to take you on that new path and build that new you that we see promised with the Page of Rods. It does feel very much that you are moving into a new period of passion. There's going to be a new passion in your life. Certainly, that could be emotionally, it could be a relationship, it could be a friendship. More likely, this is about you and how you work, where you work, and what you work as. Now, moving through to your heart chakra, we have the Aquarian card, the Star, as your block. We have the Seven of Pentacles as the energy trying to move away, and the nice Page of Pentacles trying to come in there, balancing out those energies. Now, when I see the Star card as a block, I don't think of it being healing that's blocking you, but rather a lack of healing that has been blocking you. If you look very closely at this card, you can see she's actually manifesting with her pouring of the energies. She's manifesting this beautiful watery spirit guide. She's manifesting all these stunning shooting stars, all these wishes. And you're blocked yourself from doing that because it is the Aquarian card. You're blocking yourself from going for what you desire because there's a feeling of unworthiness, as if you don't deserve it. You've been reviewing your worth in a way. Now, this could be both, again, relating to work, relating to a relationship, or just on a personal level, because we do have the Eight of Pentacles in there suggesting the hard work at being you. We've got the Seven of Pentacles here. They're looking at that final harvest. For you, I don't feel it's a final harvest. You're looking at what you've gained so far from one of the situations you're in. It could be relationships. Again, it's Pentacles. It tends to be work. There's a feeling of extreme dissatisfaction. There's a feeling, yeah, I'm getting money, but it's all I'm getting. There's no joy, there's no healing, there's no connection. It's almost as if Aquarius is on a path at the moment, or has been on a path that's not commensurate with their abilities and with their personality and with their purpose. There's a feeling of needing to move towards a more healing lifestyle, a more holistic lifestyle. And the energy that's trying to come in is the Page of Pentacles. I always see the Page of Pentacles as a new beginning in the physical, a new beginning. It's like a new life phase. It's like you're moving into being a new you, or you're perhaps going from single to coupled. You could be going from unemployed to employed. You could be going from employed to self-employed. But there's a life change there that's needing to happen, but it's not going to be able to happen until you get out your own way, Aquarius. Get out your head, right? You've reviewed as much as you can. You know what nourishes you. The information's already there on that tree. So you've already looked at it, you just haven't chosen to put it to any kind of use yet. And you see the Page of Pentacles is making an offer with only one of those Seven Pentacles. So it talks about investing small amounts in any new endeavour, which, whether that be something that you're trying to manifest as self-employment, invest small to start with. That could be physically or your time. If it's a relationship, falling head over heels isn't really Aquarian style anyway, but invest small, wait to see where it's going, because you're really at a new stage in your life and you really are a new you. So you need to sort of find your feet. It's like learning to walk again. At the throat chakra, we have the Nine of Swords as being your block. We have the Chariot card with its back to us as being the energy that's trying to leave. And we've got the Four of Cups there, trying to come in. Now, the Nine of Swords is a block. The throat chakra, first of all, deals with your self-expression. Self-expression is in terms of what you see, what you write down, how you act in the world, how you dress even. These are all tied up with your identity that's stored in that solar plexus and how you're manifesting that out in the world. When I see the Nine of Swords, you can see the illusory nature of those swords, and they're blocking him from moving forward. There's no way he can see anything from all those fears. It appears you're having difficulty expressing yourself, which is strange for an air sign, but it's because of your fears. Once you do express yourself, you're making rapid progress and there's no way back because the road's falling away from you, and it maybe be that feeling of there being no way back once you say what you have to say, or once you be who you are to be and express yourself as such, that you're worried about how large the impact is going to be on your life and in all different arenas of your life. The energy that's coming in is the Four of Cups. If we don't conquer this, you're going to miss an opportunity, because you're being offered the new start, you're being offered an opportunity at the moment, but you're not seizing it. You can see it there. Normally I would say there was indolence, but Aquarians don't tend to be lazy. They tend to be distracted or too distracted to see it, and you are a sign that can get stuck in analysis paralysis, where you are constantly thinking and not acting, and as such you could end up losing an opportunity. You don't want to miss an opportunity. If you're a single Aquarian or you're looking for romance, it could be a Cancer came towards you, made an offer, and they're leaving. That you've missed out because you've kid yourself trapped in fear, because that healing that's been necessary with the heart chakra hasn't been present. You haven't been allowing yourself to heal. Now as we move through to the third eye chakra, we have the Ace of Wands as your block, we have the Eight of Swords as the energy that's trying to leave, and the Ten of Swords as the energy that's trying to come in. Bit tricky, this energy. This is where we're going to start feeling those restrictions. You are very passionate about something, passionate to the point of obsession, I would say, and it's blocking you from receiving intuition regarding that. It's also a situation where you feel trapped because of the Eight of Swords presence there. Now, there's a beautiful bird flying free, but she's got herself trapped in this field. She could easily stand up and walk away from those. She chooses not to. Again, that 8, 9, 10 of Swords energy is never easy to deal with, and you've got all three of them. It's as if you can't feel or hear your intuition or even see your intuition the way that Aquarians normally would. You're not seeing that bigger picture the way that Aquarians normally would, because you're in this obsessive cycle of thought, and you're actually the Ten of Swords here. I don't see it as being a betrayal so much as the fact that you are exhausting yourself. You're not sleeping, you're not connecting to your intuition, there's no self-care, there's no healing there with the Star being your block. There's really a need for you to take time out and stop worrying about these soldiers looming, or these clouds looming on the horizon that we seen in the Sun card at your base chakra. Moving through now to your crown chakra, we have inner conflict as the blockage with the Five of Wands. We have the Nine of Pentacles with its back to us as the energy trying to leave, and we have the intuition. We've got the High Priestess, we've got the secrets being revealed as being the energy that's trying to come in. What I feel is that Aquarians know something already. I think I've said this to you before. There's something you know that you don't know you know. I believe I said those exact words to you. That's going to become very apparent about that round about this full moon. The full moon energy, as we can see, is reflected in that pool of the subconscious behind the figure in the High Priestess. That Nine of Pentacles is an energy of complete physical abundance, complete physical satisfaction, very blissful card. Can also be an over-reliance on the physical, and it feels as if you're being torn in two directions at the moment. The fact that you are able to provide for yourself in a way that is commensurate to your lifestyle, the lifestyle you wish to achieve. However, you've got this inner conflict because you're attracted more towards the mysterious, towards the hidden, towards exploration of the spiritual. The conflict is causing the block. I do see that the focus on the Pentacles, on your work life, is moving away to bring in more focus on the emotional life, because most of the energies that we have and the energy coming in are water energies. We've got the Four of Cups, we have the Seven of Cups, we've got the Eight of Cups, we've got the High Priestess, again a watery intuitive energy, all trying to come in for you. It's trying to bring that balance that the Justice card at the bottom is suggesting. It's trying to bring that balance back. You've been over focused on the physical, and they want you to come back to being physical and emotional, logical and emotional, physical and intuitive. It's the blending of these energies, as she's doing in the star card, that produces that wonderful manifestation, and that's something that you haven't been doing for yourself. For some of my Aquarians, before I go, the Ten of Swords will be a betrayal, and it will be with a partnership, possibly. As I said, there's Libra and Leo indicated. There's also Cancer indicated, so there could be a water sign energy there, although I feel that's just a disconnection from your emotions that you're going to find out about a indiscretion that you've suspected for quite a while, that's been worrying you for quite a while. It's going to be illuminated round about this full moon. There's going to be a feeling of defeat, there's going to be a feeling of that moving on with sadness from the Eight of Cups, the illusionary nature of the relationship, of everything that they said. You're going to start doubting it and reviewing it with the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles, and there's going to be that missed opportunity feeling with the Four of Cups and the no way back with the Cancer card. However, there's a fresh offer coming in straight on the heels of that, possibly from an earth sign, and it would benefit you to be able to heal yourself and be gentle with yourself and allow people close to you during this period of healing. Now, I did mention at the start about the restrictive energies that are around us, and these are not good energies with the Aquarian's expansion energy. They can feel very draining. For you, obviously, we've got a complete imbalance in the card, showing this focus on physical, this focus on logical, and a complete disregard for your emotional life. This restrictive energy is going to try and balance that out, because Saturn is also the Lord of Karma, and with him being closest to the earth, he's going to try and balance these energies out, get my Aquarians back into bearing their water correctly. The restrictive energy spell's not comfortable to go through for any of us. None of us like them. I'm a Gemini. I don't like restriction. I love freedom. I think it's probably why I've got such a great relationship with most Aquarians. We're very eccentric. We're very freedom-loving people. They give me space to be me. I give them space to be them. Awesome stuff. This is what we're needing. So what do we restrict? How can we use these restrictive energies to our benefit so it's not impinging our freedom? Well, we use them to restrict the situations in our life or the feelings and thoughts in our life that are impacting our ability to express our freedom. So if you've got any sort of addictions or obsessions, you can restrict them. Ergo, you're encouraging the opposite, you're encouraging freedom. If you're feeling negative, restrict the negativity. Manifest restricting the negative so that you are encouraging the growth of positivity. If you have been lied to in a relationship, maybe you're feeling a bit raw, you want to restrict the hurt. You want to restrict deceitful relationships and information regarding relationships, and allow yourself to heal. What you're encouraging there is more authenticity, more truthful relationships. What you're essentially looking to do, take the opposite of what you want and restrict it. So if you want freedom, you would restrict restriction. Quite easy stuff to do, but it's the best way to use the energies that are round about us at the moment. We've also got Mars retrograde, which will be affecting that feeling of exhaustion I'm getting in those higher chakras. It does cause apathy and lethargy. Whilst we're in our downtime, those times where you feel apathetic, those times where you feel lethargic, there's a feeling that there's something coming, and it's going to be an emotional overload. I don't know if it's a world disaster, if there's a natural disaster, there's something coming, I can feel it coming, that's going to cause a kind of shockwave throughout the world, but it's going to be hard on the emotions. See, whilst we're in this lethargic, apathetic feeling where you're just burnt out, you can't feel anymore, you can't care anymore because it's just too much. You need to use that time to heal yourself, and in addition, as you heal yourself, you'll be more able to heal the world. Aquarius, thank you very much for listening to Talk Tarot. Just repeat my wee message from the start. If you've recently purchased an urn or received an urn with someone's ashes in it, and you've got it on a ledge somewhere, and you have a cat, a very playful cat, try and watch where that urn is, because the cat's looking to knock it off. Not out of malice or any kind of spiritual reason, they're just playful. Check back in with me about the new moon. Hopefully we'll have a bit more energy then to discuss. Good luck, Aquarius. Be blessed. Bye.